adults have been transformed into monsters, from animals and mushrooms to bizarre monstrosities. A simple and mysterious game that explores problems in adult life, wrong choices, and grief. You are just a dog-faced child searching for your missing dad with your uncle, stuck inside an old RPG. This is Stray Children, a simple game with simple mechanics. Here, you just explore, talk to others, type items like weapons, armor, rank that can raise your attack power, defense, and luck. I have played the whole game and I have no idea what luck does, even after complete everything. But okay. And you also battle against odors. Some areas have signs saying you can find odors there. Walking randomly in these areas, you can fall into a hole and a battle will start, like in Final Fantasy way or Pokemon way. And by the way, this battle start system jump scare me a lot during the game. You can choose to attack the others or talk to them, but talking is the way harder because you need to select the right dialogue options in the correct order. During the game, you can find older shells that will tell clues about their life and how to beat them by talking. If you talk to the older, you will know more about their story, about their life, and why he become that specific monster. If you defeat an older by talking, they don't appear anymore. Both ways grant you experience. When you level up, your character stats raise like HP, attack power, defense, and luck, and you also gain some money. As far I know, talk to them is like the hard difficult. So if you wanna play the game in hard mode, you can defeat the monsters by talking. Nothing else changes. You don't have access to a new final and nothing. It's just a difficult option. In the game, there is a simple attack mechanic. You use that attack mechanic in other interactions with other characters in the game. The wheel starts spinning and you press the button at the right time. It's very simple. Depending of the weapon you are using, you can do that 2, 3 or 4 times in a row to do more damage. Normally, and later in the game, the wheel will spin fast and the right spot will be bigger or smaller. When you attack an older, the wheel starts spinning. If you manage to press on the right time on the right spot of the wheel, you will do more damage. If you fail, you will still do damage, but very low. Some weapons later in the game, you need to press on the right spot 2, 3, 4 or 5 times in a row. Doing that, you do way more damage, but sometimes some weapons, the right spot is very tiny, so you have a better weapon, but it's more hard to use. Also, some other mechanic, other interaction with some characters, like a lot in the game, you will avoid the attack of the NPC you talking. So, for example, the NPC tries to punch you, the wheel starts spinning, and you need to press on the right time to avoid the NPC attack. Sometimes the wheel spin very fast, the right spot is very big or very small, so there's all the interactions use this simple spinning wheel mechanic. The game starts with you waking up. It's been a while since your father disappeared. The house is empty. Someone rings the doorbell. It's your uncle, Ken Ken. I have no idea how to pronounce. I think it's Ken Ken, so I'll call it like that the whole game. He has a hunch about your father, so you follow him. There's no one anywhere. Your building is empty, the streets, the train station, even the trash cans completely empty. After some chatting with your uncle, he shows you a secret passage. This is where your dad worked on a game, but never released it. Rumor is, the day he finished making it, he went missing. After you turn on the console while your uncle is in the bedroom, you are pulled into the game. Your uncle follows you. Now you are both inside Crescent Moon, an RPG from 1997 that got cancelled, but somehow a cartridge of the game was made. This world is dying. Slowly, everything is disappearing. Everyone here is hopeless, and most of them have turned into slime. A rumor says that the god who created us actually exists somewhere out there. I read the Demon King and he just melts away. The clock on the left side starts going crazy. Everyone panics and the world is now dying behind you. The only place left is the weird statue. The hero who should defeat the statue collapsed. So now it's up to you to finish the job. After that, you also disappear or get stuck in some weird black hole or thing like that. Now is truly where our journey starts. We fell into a forest in front of an old painted rock tablet that represents the old world where we came from. Three kids using animal cosplays find us and bring us into their base, Caledonia. They say if you leave, others will eat you, but there is no other option. Leaving Caledonia, you meet your uncle again, and in this world, he's a dog. I have no idea why. So let's just accept. Actually, your dad programmed the game, so maybe he programmed the game to you be just you and your uncle be a dog, or the other character is just a dog companion, or I don't know. That's my theory. Moving forward, you find your first empty older shell, which provides you information about an older in this region. All regions have a shell for every older in the area, including bosses. In your first battle, you can fight, talk, use an item, or run. I tried to talk, but as I mentioned earlier, it's too difficult to discover the correct order, the correct dialogue order on your own to win the battle, and also it's just difficult, so I defeat every older by fight. After you act, the older attacks, and you can only walk to avoid their attack. And by the way, the older attacks in this game are very creative and very fun. It's by far my favorite part of the game. So during this video, you will see a lot of cool attacks. You can save after defeating the older, you can save the game. You can save the game at this campfire. From now on, this duck lady, Yasuyo, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but this duck lady will heal you and share a rumor if you ask her. She appears at almost all campfires during the whole game, and there's a save point before every boss, so very cool about this game. But this game is already too hard, so thank God there is a save point before every boss. Time for our first boss, a worker tired of his day-to-day life. When each boss battle starts, train tracks surround the arena and the other transform into a monster. I defeat this first boss by talking. I figured out the dialogue order for this first one by myself, but all other bosses, I look at the order in the internet because I wanna know more info about the boss and his history and things like that. So just the bosses, I do that. All the common older enemies, I just kill it. So when you select the correct dialogues in the correct order, a new option appears. It's Open Sesame. When you choose it, the battle ends, you win, and the older will share their story. Defeating a boss gives you a piece of the hero from the previous game that just collapsed, and now it's our father too. Uncle Dog says your dad got cut into pieces and now it's dead. We need to find all parts of the hero and revive him. He gives you the black cartridge, and in the middle you feed the pieces of the hero, and the side slot are extra secret parts that you can find in every area, but I only find some of them. If you find all of them, I discover after finishing the game, if you find every single part, every single extra part, you can access the more dialogue through ending, or we'll get there in the end, okay? But I didn't focus on that. I only finished the game. Moving forward a little bit, after defeat the boss and leaving the tunnel, we got arrested by some weird kids. The snowmen here are the guards, but they don't say anything and don't move. Sometimes they like move, but when you're not looking or when you leave the area and come back. Kids here say we have to work and be a good kid so we can go to the Lake of Happiness. Talking with the kid with the headband, he tells to go to the cell number 6 and says he also trying to escape. I managed to become Memus, this big kid friend, after hiding inside Memus' trash thing and passing through the gate. We have a little chat with him, and then an announcement says list of the 5 kids who will go to the train that leads to the Lake of Happiness. And we are in. We just need to be Mambo's friend. Arriving at the Lake of Happiness, all the kids are frozen. Just ahead, the old duck lady tells me there's a door somewhere that can bring me back to my world. Now we arrive at the Castle of Judgment. I need to become a snowman to pass through the snowman guards, and after doing that, our second boss is here in this castle. We are facing the judge, Jumbo Frapple. Also, my first death. Again, a lot of cool attacks, very cool boss battle. I love the attack of this boss. Very creative, very fun, I love it. You talk with the judge about what it really means to be perfect, to have a perfect life. After defeating the judge, the weird kids appear again and say that I killed their father. They throw me in the trash thing. After this fun part, we're now in the Frog Kingdom. At the Frog Kingdom, we are greeted by a paparazzi. A little bit ahead, we are saved by a hero, so we move on to the Frog Kingdom after this bizarre interaction. Exploring a little bit, we found the hero at the table with the villains, so yeah, it's very clear that it's all fake, it's all a cheater. I try to buy from the store, but only sells to the children of the kingdom, so the hero appears to confront me, and after avoiding his attack 4 times in a row, that was kinda hard, he makes me part of the frog family. He didn't manage to win me, so his only option was making me part of the family so he can live as a hero who made a good option, good choice, or whatever. And now, after that, I can use the chop and move on the bosses. Okay, before the boss, one game mechanic that I discovered. Randomly, you can fall into a shop and not an older battle. So you can upgrade your weapon, armor, and get some heal items. There's some shops that is kind of secret, and we'll tell more when this happens, okay? But these first ones, Leo, tell me weapons. One cool thing that happened too, this older attack is that old frog game that you need to cross. So I think it's Frogger, the name. Very cool attack. Again, I will show some cool attacks during this video. But now, arriving at the boss, he's a giant red frog with multiple wives. He also used his powers to transform the hero into one of his wives. It's time to battle him. It was not that hard. After defeat him by talking again, he tells you about the tragic situation that happened with him and some of his wives. Defeating the boss will make all his wife mad, escaping through the slides, a very cool part that you need to avoid all the wives' attacks, and you lose in this, I don't know, electronic or something part. Moving on to the next part, to the next land of your journey, we are arriving now to Dozia, the land of sleep. One of my favorites. Here in Dozia, the mushrooms need to sleep for 100 years to go to the world of happiness. There is devices called dream machines that send radio waves to make all the mushrooms sleep. I deactivated and all the mushrooms around woke up. I spent a very long time trying to figure out what I should do here. There's a store that sells you PJs, but you can't buy because there's no more. And I talked to a lot of mushrooms, and I talked to everybody again and again, and deactivate machines. And after a long time, I managed to find what I need to do. There's a part that I was missing that I can't see. I can move. Then I find these white bell guys. I don't know, it's the game says that's like white bells, but at the same time these guys are mushrooms, I think. So when I say bell and mushroom, it's the same thing, I guess. But okay, after talking sometime with these white bell guys that they have no home here, I play hide and seek with them, and the white bell guys give me a PJ, so now I can sleep. I had some weird dreams, very weird dreams. But now that we have sleep, we can pass through the guards and go to the world of happiness. Interacting with the guards, there's a part there with the white bell guys also managed to bypass the guards, so they came in with us. The world of happiness is an eternal sleeping place. Everyone here is old. Some of them jumped into the edge and become big mushrooms. In the end, all the bells and mushrooms are destined to sacrifice themselves to become part of the mushroom forest. My three little white bell slash mushroom friends also sacrificed too, so I was able to leave this place and get to the cave. So the three guys that had no home, that can't sleep, they was just pretending to sleep in the pet area. They all become big mushrooms so I can cross this place and go to the cave. Very, very cool part. I love this place. Moving through the cave, I ate some mushrooms and a lot of weird drug stuff happened. And I basically here I need to get the mushroom color. I think the first one was red, and so I eat the red mushroom and cross, and then I eat the next color mushroom and cross the next part. Moving through this after eating a lot of mushrooms, seeing some weird stuff like this fish flying gulping to the other side or something like that. We are at the circus now, and our next boss is in here. The clown that is the papa of the mushrooms is sad and making everyone sleeps to live in an illusion. He says it's better to live in an illusion than the reality. This boss was the most difficult for me. I think I spent like 2 hours or 2 hours and a half trying to defeat him because, well, you guys are seeing the fight on the screen right now. Only now the game teaches me how to fast forward the boss dialogues, because this game is low. Like, if you die to the boss, okay, you respawn right before the boss. You don't need to move a long part. Every boss have a campfire before it, but you need to listen all the dialogues, and only after I died sometimes and speak to the duck lady, she teach me how to fast forward the boss, but it's still kind of slow. Anyway, I tried some more. I have to do some more tries, but with no success. And I decided to backtrack a bit to farm some levels and maybe get some new items and armor. But when I was farming, I fell into the secret store from the hero of the beginning the game that we're trying to rebuild him. So I think it's a very important scene. I think this for sure will happen with you today in some part of the game, but very cool interaction. He gave me a bean that is other mechanic in the game. You can find these beans that increase your HP or attack, your luck or defense. Nothing more happens here. So much time later, as I say, like 2 hours later, the magic balloon Tommy was defeated. He was a firefighter, but himself put fire on her crush house so he can save her and became her hero. But he found her with a stranger person. So yeah, she was cheating on him. And we can now move to the next area. Now we drive a cool submarine. I almost died in this part, but we land, or we arrive in this submarine now in the land of the roses. First thing I discover here in the land of roses is that I need to get fancy clothes to go upstairs. I keep that in mind. Everyone here wants to achieve the perfect beauty. The mirrors here only reflect beautiful children, so basically the mirrors here don't work. No one here was able to see his own reflex. We can't see how we look. And again, I fell into a secret shop, winning the interaction with the gardener here. This shop is like part of the thing we need to do to move on in this specific area, so these shops only appear here. Okay, So after I winning the interaction with the gardener, he gave me the rose perfume. And now that we smell good, we can go upstairs. This was enough to bypass the guard. Upstairs, there are three princes in this part, and we will have to help each one of them. And by helping, I mean bother them until they manage to finish their activity by themselves. So that's our help. The first one was practicing violin. It was already great, but she still wants to improve and become perfect. So this area is all around perfection. The second one was a painter, and the third one was a writer. Also very cool moments helping each one of them. I love it. They are working to make a masterpiece to become Croque Madame's and meet her father. While they are going to meet the father, I infiltrate the vehicle too, and now we are inside the mansion. Here the big mirrors work, so it was the first time the princess will see their own reflection. But every time one princess is in front of the mirror and I leave the room, I hear she screaming and she's vanished completely, leaving only her clothes in front of the mirror. After doing that, leaving the room, every single one of the three princes vanishing, the mirror also got me. In this part, we need to do some puzzles to move on to some kind of little labyrinths. I spent some time here, especially on the first puzzle, struggle a little bit to understand. But after the puzzles, moving on, we go to our next boss battle, Madame Murder. She wrote a letter to her love on this school, but on the next day the letter was on the bulletin board. Then she shattered the letter and realized you need first to love yourselves. So she became narcissist after this, but kinda comprehensive some way. So this part was all about perfection. The part before the Mushroom part was about escaping reality. So I like the concept of the every part is focused on some theme. Moving on to the next part, we are now at the desert. Here in the desert, we did some quicksand puzzles. We need to figure out which quicksand we need to tap to move on. So we need to just choose the right one. We also battle some others until I fell again into the hero secret shop. And now the hero transformed into my father. He seems to be busy, and after insisting asking what he was doing, a scene of the hero petting Acro, that's me, okay. I didn't remember if I say, but that's my character name, so I think it's up here somewhere, or you managed to find it. Okay. Then after my dad petting me and then knocking me back, my dad slash hero got smashed by the train. Moving ahead, we saw Uncle Dog trying to overcome a giant wall, and breaking through the wall, we are greeted by an angelic weird kid, and now we are at the Angels Village. And they gain experience point for doing stuff. The shopkeepers here are scary robots. So we have here angels and robots. Exploring around, we saw a giant angel egg where the angels are born. Moving to another place of this town. Now at the Tower of Departure, we can watch a cool scene of the angels ascending, doing a ritual to ascend. After searching around, I found this secret road. The weird kid from the beginning is planning something with an adult angel, and this adult was on the wanted poster too. To progress and gain the adult's trust, we need to participate in a super bizarre scene that is drinking milk directly from the cow. And unfortunately, I need to try it sometimes to get this part because I failed the minigame, but some tries later I won. And now we are friend of the adult angel Nelaf, or Nelaft. I don't know how to pronounce his name. The Nelaf, the stray angel. Nelaf is the inventor of the submarine used on the last part, and also the inventor of the dream machines of the mushroom part, and the giant bird angel egg in this part. He failed to become a first-class angel, so he's trying to make a machine to fly into the heaven. He gave us a broom and swapping the leaves around the village, in all areas around the village. We got some mechanical parts, giant duck heads. Delivering all parts to Nelaf, he finished the flying machine. We say goodbye to him, and now we are going to the sky. Flying angel statues, birds, and at the end, the final boss of this part was God playing drums. I failed the first time, but later I discovered healing this angel statue during this part heal us. They can drop a barrel to heal us. So after the second or third attempt, I managed to defeat the God playing drums. We land into our next part, the God's Castle. We landed our incredible duck flying machine on an island with a robot painting sculptures and a lot of gears and train tracks. So remember, every boss battle appeared as train tracks, so kind of related. Talking with the duck lady, she says that the god in this castle knows that there's a world outside of this one. If could you meet that god, maybe he could tell you how to escape this game world. Moving a giant rock shows a way down, but before going down, I looked around first and knocking on God's door. Unfortunately, God didn't answer me, so my only way now is going down to the ladder. Here to avoid these robots while moving through the way. Here we find odors, the last odors from the game. This odor makes you solve a simple puzzle on his attack. I killed it fast, so I didn't solve his other puzzles, unfortunately, but I imagine that the others were more complicated. Another older battle with a great different attack, but this one I have no idea how to control, but anyway, I won. After some minutes, I managed to finish this labyrinth part, and now a giant magnet is pulling all the angels from the last part. That remember that we saw the angels ascending and doing the ritual, and this giant magnet pulls all of them, and a little up ahead I found Uncle Dog, the goat. Uncle Dog show his plans. I love this part, very good part of his or uncle showing his plan and explaining the plan. And he discovered that there is 9999 rooms. There is 9900 rooms. And using the machine from the side room, we can teleport to any room. So we just need to try all. Okay, good plan, thank you. But he says that we should start from 8888. After some time teleporting to random rooms, all of them that I managed to check just have a lot of batteries. Some places have all the batteries are alive, some are kinda alive, kinda dead, and some all the batteries are dead. I discovered that the initial teleport to the room was 0000, so if I need to go back, I just teleport to 0000. So I decided to move on to the room 0001. This battery told me it was sending energy to room 5963. We arrive at the important place probably because finally is something different from all other rooms. Most of them is exactly the same rooms with batteries alive or dead and kinda something like that. It's every room is equal. It's the same, but this is different. The monitor says that children are being turned into robots to improve their strength, communication, and to have a nice smile. There's some batteries hiding in this room. I have to talk to every one of them, and one of them tell me about a legend about an energy barrel that ran away and now it's somewhere at the castle. After finding all four and talk to the robot here, he goes crazy and says about a run number 44 something something. Okay, so we have the first two run numbers. Of course, we can try all the almost 100 options, but I want to do the right way, so I started going to the room 4400. I spent some time trying teleporting to rooms, trying to discover what I need to do, how I find the correct number until I realize something. When I talk to the battery, they say like, oh, I send energy to room, ta ta na na na. Oh, I send energy to room. Blah, blah, blah. But what I need to pay attention is the name of the room. The names are important, not the numbers. I realized talking to one of battle, they say control room, sending energy to control room. So going to the control room, that is a different room, probably, or right way, probably we're in the right path. This room controls the garbage disposal and the weather of all places. After messing with the weather levers and making another robot go crazy, I found the last two digits of the room is, so I found 72, so it's 4472. Moving to the room 4472, I found the battery of the legends, the black battery Johnny, a battle with an existential crisis. After calming John down, he agrees to help me. I went back to the initial room 0000 and Johnny sacrificed himself to open the door for me. Another NPC that sacrificed himself to so we can move forward. Johnny will be remembered forever. The only battery that tried to run away, tried to move, tried to make things different. I will remember Johnny. Okay, before the boss, I searched a little bit about the boss and how to defeat him by talking, and it says that I need an item to defeat by talking. So first I went to room 2039 to get this item. After get the item, it's time to battle against gods. Actually, God Motor. I need to remove all the 3 battles during the attack phase, so only then he stopped the attack. Again, another cool battle, very different mechanics. I love that I need to do something and not just moving around and avoid things. I really to interact with the battle, so to stop different. I love another cool boss. God Motor used to love looking at the sky at night, but after he became an older, he didn't have time to do this. He got so busy that lost the sense of being alive and became like a machine. He says, why wasting time is considered a bad thing. After defeating God Motor and getting the hero sword, I fell into the beginning of the game, in the front of a giant stone with the castle driven. And the exactly same kids found me again, but now without the costumes, and they bring me to their place again. The place where a graveyard now have a wet field, and now there is an underground tunnel guarded by 2 big kids. The kids are planning to go back to the real world. A scene show all the kids growing up and became older and entering the underground tunnel. I went down to the tunnel and I talked to the first adult that I saw, and apparently we are at Olderland. Olders here are just living and didn't attack me, despite being surprised that there is a kid in here. Exploring here, every older here keep focused on their smartphones all the time. Through the whole game, I collected some gems, and only now, after, I don't know, 6 hours, 7 hours, I have no idea. Only now I can spend the gems that I collected through the whole game. We get the gems through this exactly moment, and we can get the better sword or the better armor. Thanks to defeating the bosses by talking, I get the better armor. Also in this area, the others are just living boring adult lives. They work, smoke, exercise, and stay at their smartphone a lot. I also visit some workstation where others are just typing and posting videos. I think at their free time they are just watch random videos. They work to produce videos. When they are free, they watch the video. I found a rumor saying about an endless labyrinth underneath Olderland, or Goal probably. After a lot of conversation with others, moving through stations, now I need to win the mountain challenge to progress. I think I attempted like 2 times or 3 times, and after winning it, a secret way opens. Downstairs there is a sign saying Labyrinth of Many Odors. Welcome, Acro. We have been waiting for you. Uncle Dog tells me that this labyrinth is the bottom of the world. The father of the older land is right up ahead. In this labyrinth, we will do some easy puzzles to fight the last odors of the game, and in every older room there is me dead, like as if I have done this many times before. And I keep seeing me moving into the labyrinth. A lot of cool fights, cool rooms with me dead in several different ways. After all of this, I find Lady Duck, and she say there is a rumor that maybe there's no way out of this world. Kinda weird because she says multiple times during the game, oh, maybe there's a door that lead to your world, there is a exit, but now she changed her mind. Continuing moving forward, now we're gonna face the last three odors. Actually, the three elite odors. First odor of these three, he have a lot of life, and on his attack I needed to remember his instructions of where to move, up, down, left or right, the memory test. And after defeating the first elite odor, I collected a piece of a draw, and yes, a lot of echoes here that too. Second elite odor, the bomb is a little bit harder. He spawns bomb in different times and explosions, and I need to kick them out on the correct order. Very simple. After the second elite order defeated, I got the second part of the draw, and it's an old man draw it. Third elite order, Honey Queen. I am guillotined on her home. Honey Queen was the easiest of the three elite orders. I won versus her hitless. And now I have all three torn parts of the draw. Well, now that we have the picture completed, I went forward to the door and find myself without a face. All three parts of the torn draw connected, and the draw is actually my father. The shadow me says that it's not the door that leads to the end. I fell down to the staircase. Now there is no way back. I'm now on a train station that's called Platform for Souls. In here, I talk to some bosses that I defeated during my journey. I find Uncle Dog waiting for me, and he went to go to the light on the end of the tunnel. Continuing moving forward, we arrive, and now we are surrounded by train tracks. So the train tracks that appear before every boss battle symbolize the trains of life. We are helping people who already died but it's stuck on her past lives, past problems, and we help them to move on, and we help them to enter the trains of life. We are helping them to enter the trains of souls or something. At least that was what I understand. I entered the ball of train tracks, and it's my dad again, but he's a weird older. The hero arrives headless. This older seems to be stuck in an endless cycle, dying and reviving. The hero decapitated the older, and the lady chicken appears, saying the new rumor is someone named Ken, that is my uncle, that I also adopt too, has gone missing. Everything the Lady Chicken says immediately happen. Lady Chicken also disappear and become a green gen like everyone else in this room. Now there is a floating baby hold the gen and our final boss of the game. Again, very cool attack mechanics. One in particular that draw my attention is that she doubles me and I need to avoid on both sides, left and right. And when I move one character, the other move too. I struggle to understand the last attack, and I didn't knew I need to toad can to actually get the heal, so I die. And Chicken Lady talked to me on the game over screen. Actually, Duck Lady, not Chicken. She talked to me on the game over screen. The next attempt, my game unfortunately bugged when one part of the battle, my uncle, he get free and bring me a heal, but the next attempt he got stuck, so I need to restart the game. But after restart the game, I managed to defeat the boss. After defeating, quickly it says something is dead, and I gained 10 levels in the head of the hero, the last part. Now the hero is completed and a door appears. Entering through the door, the game just ended, and that's it. Very weird end, but I find very weird that the game just ended and restarted, and no way it's only this, right? But I said on the beginning of this video that to get the true ending, or actually one more scene after the ending, we need to collect all the extras of the game that I didn't do, but I searched, probably is showing the some part of the dialogue. In resume, the true ending, you collect all the extras, and after defeating the boss, you didn't go to the door, but move around the boss location and find a secret door location, a secret path that leads to your station, one station with your name, and you will enter the train. Inside the train, the hero will become your dad and he will ask to talk to you. In short, your father was an RPG game maker. He loved his job, but he was exhausted, spending many hours inside his own RPG world. He also says, I loved my job. Creating whole new world for games was so rewarding. I pushed myself so hard every day until the last train. And then I felt that strange wind blow. Also, your uncle is on the train, and in the next station you leave and the game finishes.